The Nightbeat starts right now.
It's a story that's getting national attention tonight. A father's message of grace after finding out who may have killed his son.
So much of Fiesta happens on the ground, but when you get a chance, look up to the sky. Coming up tonight on the Nightbeat, we're walking you through how new technology is helping SAPD take their patrolling to new heights.
But first, we start with the weather and the chance for rainfall this weekend. Our Adam Caskey is here with more on that.
Yeah, and the best chance is tomorrow afternoon and especially tomorrow evening. Right now, we have a few showers and thunderstorms far west of San Antonio. Not expecting any of this locally. This is all coming in from Mexico, and it's slowly falling apart as it crosses over the Rio Grande. Val Verde County, though, getting some decent rain out of this. Some nice soaking rain right now, right along Highway 90 here through Comstock, all the way down, just about clipping Del Rio. But again, this is having a hard time really sustaining itself as it moves toward the hill country. Now, the leftovers of this, just a few light showers, should make their way into parts of the hill country and even a little bit closer to San Antonio later on tonight. But we're not expecting anything really organized from this system. And our futurecast is in agreement with that. Notice how it takes any of that border activity and really fizzles it out as it heads eastward. But a few sprinkles, few light showers possible through sunrise tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon and evening, that's when we crank it up a bit. The new data just came in. We'll dive into it, time it out for you, and talk about how much rain we could get in just a bit.
Adam, thank you. Now, SAPD is using the sky to keep you safe during Fiesta. The night team's Avery Everett joins us now live from Alamo Heights night at the University of the Incarnate Word. And Avery, I'm looking there. Looks like the party's still going.
Steph, if you guys keep putting me on fun stories, I'm going to keep having fun, okay? I've been playing ring toss over the last couple of minutes with Miss Jacqueline here. We're going to give it one more go. I've been embarrassing myself this entire Fiesta, and it's been 2 days. So, all right, you ready for my shot? It was a lot better than basketball, okay? I'm going to keep practicing. But there's so much to look at on the ground. I mean, if you have the chance, though, you got to take a look up at the sky because you might see a new way that San Antonio Police is monitoring Fiesta.
Fiesta can be loud, rides, music, and laughter. But if you listen closely, you'll hear the San Antonio Police Department taking its patrolling to new heights.
We're staying ahead of the curve. We're just trying to keep everybody safe.
SAPD is using drones during Fiesta this year to help traffic and crowd control.
We can get officers there even faster, keep people safer.
How is it a unique tool for SAPD?
It's a unique tool because, well, first and foremost, we're about officer safety. So it's just another tool we get to use to keep them safe.
So over the next 10 days, this part of the Alamo Dome parking lot will become SAPD's Fiesta substation. This will be their home base to keep an eye on all of the Fiesta events. And the drone gives them a new perspective to seeing San Antonio.
We're embracing new technology to be able to do that. Right now, we're looking at an overview of Carnival.
So that's us.
That's us.
From 400 feet away, that's the view you all have.
That's us.
Wow. You can see all the confetti in my hair. So it's got great zoom. I mean, that's obviously a huge feature.
And that's what helps us, with traffic control, with crowd control, everything like that.
You'll still see police officers on the ground at events. But SAPD says they're keeping a close eye on both the streets and the skies this Fiesta season.
Steph, Fiesta's about having fun. Miss Jacqueline now has a Texas Eats medal. If you see us out here, I'm happy to give away some of my KSAT medals that we have left. But SAPD does want to emphasize that if you see something suspicious, say something. That's the best way to keep all of us safe out here and have the rest of the fun for the rest of the night. Reporting live, I'm Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
People are pouring in here to St. Mary's for the first night of Oyster Bake. Coming up, we'll take you inside to see all the food and hear all the sounds.
Now let's keep the Fiesta thing going. It runs through April 28th. Oyster Bake, just one of the many events happening all over town from now until then. Now here's some of the events happening tomorrow. Of course, you have the Fiesta Oyster Bake at St. Mary's University. You also have the Taste of New Orleans happening at the Sunken Garden Theater. The San Jacinto Victory Celebration, that's going to be at the Alamo. And you can also check out the UTSA Fiesta Arts Fair. Now for a complete list of shows and events happening during Fiesta, head on over to our website, ksat.com. Now, KSAT has a chance for you to enjoy a special party at the Battle of Flowers and also Flambeau. So scan one of those QR codes that you see on your screen to buy tickets. They include assigned seating along the parade route, along with food, drinks, and the chance to hang out with some of us. And while you're at it, you can also sign up to be a KSAT insider to be the first to get access to special events just like these in the future. In other news now, an RV park now at the center of a story that's pretty hard to believe even happened. It started with a threat on a school bus and ended with investigators possibly solving a 2-year homicide case. And here's the thing. The suspect at the center of all of this is a 10-year-old boy. Now, this is happening in Gonzales County, which is about an hour east of San Antonio. And according to the sheriff's office, that 10-year-old that we told you about admitted that he killed a man when he was just 7. And what's unique about this case is that law enforcement says that child can't be charged for the homicide because he was too young. And as you try to wrap your head around this, earlier today, we spoke with the victim's father, who cannot believe that out of all people, a kid, a child, is the person that investigators say killed his son.
This isn't anywhere the suspect that we thought it was.
And why would Kenneth Raspberry suspect a 10-year-old kid killed his son? Investigators in Gonzales County say the boy didn't know Brandon Raspberry either. The 32-year-old was found dead at the Lazy JRV Park in Nixon back on January 18th, 2022. Investigators say at the time, the boy had been staying with his grandfather who lived in that RV park. They say the boy told them he grabbed a 9mm gun out of his grandfather's truck, went into Raspberry's RV, saw him sleeping, and shot him in the head. The boy also told investigators he had only seen Raspberry walking around the RV park earlier that day. Today, Kenneth has so many questions.
This is a little boy. For reasons that I'm sure these counselors and case managers and all of that's going to pick that poor little boy's brain apart.
Despite dealing with the agony of losing his son in such a horrible way, Kenneth says he also feels sorry for the boy and hopes he gets help.
He needs to be prayed on. He needs to be comforted and let him know he's forgiven and he can still be saved. He's so young. He's definitely tormented by something.
We don't know the boy's identity because he's so young. Investigators connected him to Raspberry's death while they were investigating another recent case where the same boy was accused of threatening to assault and kill another student on a bus from the Nixon Smiley ISD. When leaders from the district spoke with the child, they say he made a comment about shooting and killing a man 2 years ago. So the 10-year-old was booked on charges for the threat. But as for the death of Brandon Raspberry, the boy is not going to be criminally prosecuted because he was 7 years old when the victim was killed. And in the state of Texas, a child doesn't have any criminal culpability until they're 10. In other news now, so many questions after an Eastside church went up in flames overnight. This right here was a scene around 12:30 this morning at New Testament Missionary Baptist Church on East Crockett Street. Now, crews are saying that most of the damage is in the back of the building. The fire got into the attic. It blackened the walls, destroyed music and sound equipment. The pastor of the church is saying, you know what? His congregation is going to rebuild.
We've lost everything. Of course, it breaks our heart. But we do know that we are the church.
It's still not clear now what sparked those flames. Crews haven't ruled out the possibility that someone may have started that fire. Happening now, in addition to Fiesta closures in and around downtown, on top of Fiesta traffic, we have construction on 1604 and I-10. Closures in that area were put in place a little more than an hour ago, and this is going to affect you if you're on the northwest side of town. The weather could also affect the closures, but as of right now, the lanes are expected to reopen Monday morning at 5. Head to our website for a full breakdown of closures and detours. Also use your Waze app. That'll get you around. Local counties are seeing more rabies cases. However, a state veterinarian says it's still not quite enough to call it a spike. Less than 4 months into 2024, some nearby counties already have about as many or even more rabies cases than they had in previous years. Kerr County says that it's had 8 so far. double what it had in all of last year. Now, Bexar County hasn't seen the same sort of bump. There have only been 3 cases reported this year compared to 11 in both 2023 and 2022. So we'll keep watching that. Now, here's what is spiking, and that is measles. The Centers for Disease Control has a warning about cases in several states. So far this year, the CDC says that 121 cases have been confirmed in the U.S. Now, right now, there are no reports of any cases in Texas, but we should still be on alert and watch out because measles is highly infectious, also airborne. Some of the early signs of the illness include rash spots in the mouth, along with red eyes and a cough. It's family night at the San Antonio College First Responders Academy. For the first time ever, relatives are getting to see their loved ones in action, so they're very proud. Law enforcement, EMT, firefighter cadets, all getting the chance to demonstrate everything that they've learned while they've been away from their families.
It's a hard job to do. They take rigorous tests, and we're all so proud of them.
And it's our way to show our families thank you for supporting your loved ones. It's our way to telling their families thank you for supporting us.
Now, family night ended with a staged scenario wherein a mini riot led to an explosion and the cadets dealt with fires and injuries. Again, that was staged, but they just wanted to show people what they're able to do. Now, Fiesta season in full swing, and we're going to take you inside one of the event's biggest and most popular events. Next on the Nightbeat, the sights and the sounds and what you can expect from the Fiesta oyster bake. You know we're still fiestaing. Yeah, it's a Fiesta tradition. We're talking about the annual crowning of El Rey Feo, or the Ugly King. John McFadden is El Rey del Feo 75. Of course, Rey Feo is also known as the People's King and is also one of the 9 members of the official Fiesta royalty. Much like other Fiesta events, the crowning of El Rey Feo comes with food, music, and of course, fun. All of it's fun. It's Fiesta. Now, the first night of oyster bake wrapping up at St. Mary's. The money raised goes right back to the students, helping to fund scholarships and programs. It's one of the best things about Fiesta. Our Daniela Ibarra and photojournalist Matthew Craig take us there to feel the heartbeat of Fiesta.
So I've never been to oyster bake, so do you have any pro tips?
Yeah, eat, and eat some more.
This is my first one. You just slurp it up?
You're going to enjoy it. There's anything and everything that you want to try, taste, experience. This is where to do it.
How do you recommend getting it?
Everything.
Okay, I'll try everything then.
It has mayo, cheese, tahini,
Lemon.
butter, and lemon.
Corn in a cup.
This is where the magic happens.
Okay.
This is where everything occurs for chicken on a stick.
This is your first oyster shot of the night?
Yes.
What was it like?
It was great. I mean, you can't experience anything better during, Fiesta oyster bake. Viva Fiesta!
Are you planning on getting any oysters?
Oh yeah, we're waiting for them.
How do you eat one?
Oh, you definitely got to eat it with a cracker, with a saltine cracker, and with Tabasco sauce, and it's going to go down like you wouldn't believe. Smooth, yeah.
All my coworkers make fun of me because I'm a picky eater, so I'm like bracing for it.
Yeah, well, it's an acquired taste. Mm-hmm. It is.
Viva Fiesta! What's your favorite part of Fiesta?
The snow cone.
Snow cone. Loud. What's the best flavor?
Cherry.
And what are you going to do after this?
I don't know.
It's a great opportunity to spend time with your classmates, with your friends.
Everything we do here is to raise money for scholarships for students.
What makes oyster bake special?
I think it's like a family atmosphere. At least Friday nights is family. It's all about the family, and the students here, they're part of your family.
Viva Fiesta!
That's a solid
That looked
Viva.
awesome. Now, it's going to continue tomorrow. What's the weather going to be like?
You'll want to duck inside for a little bit tomorrow afternoon and early evening in terms of the rain and some thunderstorms moving in. Let's get right to the timeline for you tomorrow. I mentioned later tonight we could have a few brief light showers closer to town, but that's it. Tomorrow, the storm chances really ramp up, especially between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. So 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. is our main time frame. Here's Authority radar. This is that activity we have moving into Val Verde County that's going to have a hard time sustaining itself and really staying held together as it moves into the hill country. That's going to dissipate. We could get a stray leftover sprinkler light shower from that tonight. But let's fast forward to tomorrow. We start the day with the low clouds in place again, a little bit of drizzle here and there, and a few cracks in the clouds or breaks in the clouds by midday. Green light for anything outdoors the first half of the day, but notice once we get into the afternoon, the activity starts to develop in the Edwards Plateau by 1-2 p.m., move into the hill country by 3-4 p.m., and then San Antonio thereafter. So between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. is our main time frame around our area for showers and thunderstorms. And it should be pretty widespread as this batch of rain and rumbles of thunder move through. Now, there could be a localized severe thunderstorm. We can't rule it out. I think the primary threat here with that would be a straight line wind gust of about 60 miles per hour. But also, if you're out and about for Oyster Bake and Fiesta, be especially aware of the lightning threat. And then even once the main batch of showers and storms have moved on, a few stray pop-ups later on in the night, but nothing to really worry about. Just a couple of them dotting the landscape, very widely separated. As for the rainfall potential, as usual, there's going to be a wide range of values in our rain gauges, right? Big changes or differences across our area. I do think there will be pockets of South Central Texas, Hill Country, Bexar County, and other areas where we could have some neighborhoods with 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's going to just come down to luck of the draw of where the heaviest downpours happen to develop, and especially a few of them that may follow each other. Here's the setup. Here's what we have going on. Upper level high, the big blue H we often talk about over southern Mexico right now. It's been funneling in this Pacific moisture and energy. One burst of energy causing those showers and storms along the Rio Grande. This is our next batch of energy, currently over Vegas right now, and that's going to slide up and over a frontal boundary that's in place to give us kind of a 1-2 punch of lift and triggering for the showers and storms tomorrow. I want to talk about the boundary that's in place. It's stalled. It's a cold front that moved in, and it decided to just park overhead. Dew points in the upper 50s in the hill country, comfortable. 60s and 70s elsewhere. These dew points will be falling, and it's not going to feel very Fiesta-like by Sunday morning. Now, tomorrow we still have the humidity in place. Dew points well into the 60s, but once that front starts to finally move southward, it's going to pull in that drier air from the north, and we're talking dew points in the 40s on Sunday. So no humidity in the air. You're not going to feel it. Low humidity on Sunday and even Monday as well. 65 in the morning, 74 for the high temperature. And notice by Sunday, we'll have a little bit of afternoon clearing, but a lot cooler. 67 for the high temperature. That's our low point temperature-wise and well below the average high of 81. We're back to that average by Tuesday of next week, but we have a little respite here from the heat and the humidity, and that includes for the River Parade on Monday. A high of only 74. How about that?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Here's a live look outside with Live Cam. It's pretty quiet right now. Along the Rio Grande, we have a few thunderstorms, but do keep in mind, starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow, you need to be prepared for the development of the storms around San Antonio, even earlier in the hill country.
Speaking of preparation, the Astros, they've certainly been having a rough go at it, but that could change.
It did change, yes. Not the best start to the season, Stephania, but tonight, finally, the highly anticipated return of one of their key pieces in the rotation. Justin Verlander is back. We'll show you the highlights. Plus, the UIL track and field regionals have taken center stage. The big finishes from day one right after the break.
Time wasn't really the focus today, but I'm happy with the time that I ran, so it was good.
That seems to be the theme for Birdie champions Elizabeth Leachman. She keeps her head down, and the records and accolades just follow in big board sports. Justin Verlander finally taking the mound for his season debut. Houston's been struggling without their ace. Bottom of the first, 2 outs. Verlander facing Jesse Winker. Winker strikes out swinging. Verlander, by the way, has sole possession of the 12th most strikeouts in MLB history. He went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, and struck out 4. Verlander gave the Astros what they needed to win 5-3. Well, Texas led by 1 run in the top of the 6th until Travis Deneau called game. He hit 3 homers, including the go-ahead grand slam in the bottom of the 6th. The Braves win it 8-3. Ranked number 1 in the country on a 7-game winning streak, the Texas Longhorns softball team opened up its 3-game stint at Kansas strong. In the 5th inning, Mia Scott went deep for a 2-run shot over the wall in right center to extend UT's lead to 4 runs, her 4th homer of the year, and the Longhorns held on for the 4-2 win. Game 2 is tomorrow at 2. Elizabeth Leachman from Bernie Champion smiled and waved to the crowd en route to gold in the 3,200-meter race in the Class 6A 5A Region 4 track and field meet. The sophomore did what she does best, set a new meet record at just over 10 minutes in the event. Tomorrow, Leachman will look to qualify for state in the 800 and 1600. Meanwhile, at Matador Stadium in Seguin, hosting the Class 1A 3A Region 4 meet. In the 3A 100-meter relay, Goliad's Hannah Perez anchoring, and she coasted to the best time in prelims. Later in the 4x100-meter relay, Randolph's Taylor Nunez shined with an incredible finish to help the Rohawks to a qualifying time. Then Nunez beat the field by a full second in the 100-meter dash prelims, and she capped off the day with a top finish in the 200-meter prelims. Our Nick Mantis was there and has more with the 8-time state champ.
Yeah, Mary, it is a treat to watch Taylor Nunez run. We're talking insanely fast. But after all the accolades that she's been able to get over her 3 years at Randolph, it's not just about her. She wants to bring everybody else with her.
Hopefully to jump 21 and just, win 4 gold medals again, and hopefully a team championship as well, and just, cheer on my teammates because, they've got their medals as well, and it takes all of us to win the championship, and that's what we're going for. Just remembering everything that I've worked on and just making sure I go out there and execute it, because I've been working so hard, and we've had meets after meets after meets, and it's getting to be where it's getting more and more serious because state is coming up, so I need to make sure everything is right. I've seen these girls before, and I kind of just don't underestimate anybody. Every day is a new day, and every meet's a new meet, and anybody can come out here and show what they got, and you just have to come back and show what you have.
So for Taylor and the rest of the girls, it's all going to come down to tomorrow for the regional championships as they look to advance to that first weekend in May, looking to get another state title. In Seguin, Nick Mantis. Mary, back to you.
Fingers crossed. Right after the break, the Brahmas have arrived in the Alamo City for Fiesta, and the Gunslingers picked up their first win of the season in dominant fashion. The 2-1 San Antonio Brahmas are back in the Alamo City for their matchup tomorrow night against the 2-1 Michigan Panthers, where Bernie's Quentin Dormady will make his first start of the season. The Brahmas are loving the culture and tradition during Fiesta time here in their home city. Head coach and Texas football legend Wade Phillips was greeted with a fully stocked sash of medals upon arrival. He also exchanged medals with the mayor as you're watching, all in anticipation of the Brahmas kickoff tomorrow at 6 inside of the Alamo Dome. The Indoor Football League is fast and high scoring, and what a way for the San Antonio Gunslingers to earn their first victory of the season last night against the Tucson Sugar Skulls. The Gunslingers put up 60 points en route to a 24-point win to improve to 1-3 on the season. QB Sam Castronova lived up to the name on his chest, throwing for 142 yards and 7 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Next, the team is at the Frisco Fighters, the Indoor Football League. That's some fun stuff. Yeah. Very fast-paced.
Yeah, no, it looks that way.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back.
And here you have it. Tomorrow still humid. By 4 p.m., be prepared for some showers and storms. Most of it should be over with by 9 p.m. tomorrow. And then by Sunday, Monday, cooler, less humid. Have a rowdy weekend.
Yeah.